And we are live. I don't know where I'm looking, so many cameras. All right, happy Sunday. Welcome. Let's put that on. Let's go live on Insta as well. Why not? The whole shebang. Welcome to day 8. Day 8? I don't think I've ever done anything for 8 days in a row. But there you are, and here I am. This is, as I said, day 8 of the live English class. I think I've said that a lot of times already so far. Hey, Instagram, you can go over to YouTube if you want the better experience, the full experience with computer and screen and iPad, and trying not to show you the absolute mess that is behind the camera. Or you can just stay on Instagram and listen to me talk about should and other things, for example. Hey, YouTube. Excuse me. Let me know where you are from and how you're doing. Hopefully you are fine. This is, of course, my response and how I can help you keep studying English and improve in a little way every day during this terrible time of coronavirus. As I said, I hope you are all okay. Can't go live right now on Instagram, I'm afraid, but there you go. For you guys, hello Kaz on YouTube, Alexandra, hello, how are you? Good morning and good evening indeed. I'm going to have a look here and remind myself what I said I was going to do. Hopefully you can't see that. Oh yeah, grammar should, study plan, Q&A. All right. So the plan is that we're going to talk about the word should. Now, if you're on YouTube, you get to see my iPad and a little picture of me. Lucky you. For everybody else on Instagram, you're going to have to listen to me. Hello, Andressa Kiyomoto. How are you? Mortazar, I'm sure we can talk another time. Let's get rid of that. So the plan this morning is that we talk about a little bit about the word should and a couple of different ways, just 2 different ways that native speakers use should, and how if you do, you might get in a little bit of trouble. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at kind of like a study plan. Hello, Natalia Bueno, how are you? A little bit of like a study plan, let's say. And that will be things to do daily. Some simple actions that if you do them every day, your English will get even better than it already is. Cool. And then we'll do a little bit of Q&A, some questions and answers, and maybe even error correction. Cool. Look at that. Such beautiful writing, just like a doctor. You can, of course, ask me your questions on Instagram, in those comments, or on YouTube. That's fine. And I'll do my best to get to those very, very shortly. Also, quick thank you to the Brazilian Facebook group. I'm going to mispronounce it. Brasileiros em Gold Coast. Sorry, Brazilians, if I mispronounce that. A lot of reaction yesterday to my post in there. So hopefully some of you are here. Hundreds of you liked it and commented. Hopefully hundreds of you will be watching this. Anyway, let's have a look. Should. Should we do should? Sorry if the eyes look tired and the jokes are worse than usual. It's because I had a few hours sleep and then I was at an orchard early this morning. An orchard being a fruit farm of sorts. So let's have a look at should. All right, it is a modal verb. So should is a modal verb. IELTS like modal verbs. So it's a good thing for IELTS. It's one of the 5 or 6 grammar points that IELTS likes you to use. So Kaz, if you need IELTS, and anybody else, if you need IELTS, I would suggest that you look at studying modal verbs. And should is the one we will look at today. Cool. So it is should plus a base verb. Did you burn the midnight oil? Ah, touche. Alexandra Villela. Did I burn the midnight oil? Yes. Yes, I did. Sadly. I can't do it very often. Shepdog. Greetings from Cali, Colombia. Greetings to Cali. So, should plus a base verb. That's all modal verbs. It's never should plus to plus a verb. It's never that. I should to study. That's going to get you an unhappy face. It's never should to do something. And some of my lovely students do that, but they are wrong. I'm not sure if it's if it's from your language that you do that. It's a Brazilian girl. Don't. Cool. So we would cross that out. See, Insta, if you come to YouTube, you get to see this with different coloured pens and everything. But if you stay just on Instagram, that's cool. You just get to see my pretty face with tomato sauce on it. So, should. What do we use should for? Well, come on, black pen. We use should. You use it to give suggestions, right? Advice. Advice. You should go to bed earlier, Paul. You shouldn't burn the midnight oil, staying up too late. You should brush your teeth every day. You should stop smoking. Things like this. Here we go. Advices. That's right. So we use it for advice, which you could say suggestions, but we'll put advice for you because that's what everybody says. But suggestions. You should do more work. That says work. That's awful. Sorry. You should do more work. Cool? Okay, that's all right. But everybody knows should. Everybody can use should to varying degrees, but native speakers often use it. They have some different ways of using it. So, and different words to mean should as well. The first one I'm going to show you includes a conditional. We'll go there. A little bit of conditional should for your Sunday morning enjoyment. If you should have any problems, just ask. Terrible writing, Paul. Just ask me. If you should have any problems, just ask me. Okay? That's nice. But what native speakers would do, because when we use should at the beginning, it really makes me think there won't be any problem in this case. I would say, should you have any problems, just ask me. We remove if and put should at the beginning. Native speakers do this thing all the time. Cool. Now, of course, that comes to a conditional rule. We can have a look at that in the full grammar class, which is going to come soon. But that's one thing. However, and of course, don't forget, if you have questions, just put the questions in there. I will be more than happy to help you out, of course, and answer those. But should on its own, you know should. You do it all the time. Let's have a look at some alternative words for should. Maybe one of them you know. Hello, Jennifer Caro, YouTube. How are you? Thank you for joining us. For should, we also have ought to. Native speakers use ought to a lot. We can use should. We can use ought to. You can't really see my hands there on the Instagram or on YouTube when it's light, or I can't. We can use should, we can use ought to, and there is another one that we can use, which is had better. Had better or else. You had better something or else. This one you can get into trouble with. Now, ought to is the same as should. Exactly the same as should. Ought to. Ought to and should, you can just swap them. Not in that conditional example I showed you. But if you're saying things like, let's use that one. You should, oh dear. You should learn how to use your iPad, Paul. You should stop. You should stop smoking. Pretty good idea. You should stop smoking. You ought to stop smoking. Just the same. Hello, Palsan. How are you? You should stop smoking. You ought to stop smoking. Exactly the same. Just swap them. Now, with had better, you have to be a little bit careful. You had better be careful. Like my joke there. So we've had better. Good. Thanks, Apple, for this amazing technology. It's completely my fault that it doesn't work. Come in.
Daddy.
Just a second. My daughter is here. Yes, sweetheart.
There's the big brown spider and it wasn't even moving. And Mummy almost touched it because...
A big brown spider that wasn't even moving.
Yeah.
Well, that...
And it's alive, but it's not moving.
It's alive, but it's not moving. All right, well, you go and check it for me. Make sure it doesn't come in this room, because I'm terrified of spiders. See you later, Lily. Bye-bye.
And Daddy, why can't we do it with you?
You can, very soon. Come back later, okay?
Can you come down and tell me?
I'll come down and tell you, of course.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you. That's my children. Suzanne Kim. Wow, so cute. I'm sure you mean me, not my daughter. Anna Turanda on Instagram. Beautiful eyes. I'm sure you mean me, not my daughter. Probably not. Anyway, where was I? So with, and Alex, I'll get to your question. With had better, you want to be careful. I think you should be careful. Because what it means is that...
Daddy, I think it went
Okay, just a second. Oh, the joys of children. All right. So with had better, be careful. Mariella, are you English? Yes, I am, 100%. Because when you use had better, oftentimes the person you're speaking to might think that you are being rude. They might. So let me have a look at let me give you an example. If you know that should is okay and it's to give advice, but now you know that had better means should, and you might think, I'm going to use some new English. I'm going to test myself and use something different and impress my my friends or my teacher or the native speaker who I'm talking to. And you might get in trouble because it indicates that there is a negative result. So if you say to me, Paul, you should give us more homework. Paul, you should give us more homework. I might think, okay, yeah, I probably should. That's some advice. You would like more. I'll give you some more. That's okay. Now, if you change that and you think you're going to be super clever, well, we'll take out should. If you say to me, Paul, you had better give us more homework. You had better give us more homework. I'm going to think, why? What are you going to do? What bad thing is going to happen to me if you say that? Are you going to punch me? Hopefully not. So be very careful. If you say it to your boss, if you say, boss, you should give me a pay rise. Now you got to be careful doing that, of course. But if you say you had better give me a pay rise, well, now there's going to be a bit of a not a very nice conversation. Boys, don't say it to your girlfriends or your wives. Equally, girls, don't say it to your partners either. It's a bit confrontational. However, if you have children, now, and we don't need to use or else, we don't need to, sometimes we do. But I could say to my children, it might go like this. Please pick up your toys. That's nice. That's a nice thing to say to my kids. Please pick up your toys. And they might not. In fact, they probably will not. And then I might say, come on, pick up your toys. Come on, let's go. I might then say, hey, you really should pick up. You really should pick up your toys now. You really should pick up your toys now. And if they do not, by this time, I'm furious. I might just say, you had better pick up your toys. It's very strong. You had better pick up your toys. It's quite strong. They know that if they don't pick up their toys, Daddy is going to throw away their toys. I'm not going to throw away their toys. I'm not going to throw away their toys. I use these threats and they are empty, but you can see how it's a little bit more serious. If I just start with, you had better pick up your toys, that's far too strong. If I'm at the doctor's, maybe. If the doctor says to me, you should stop, I don't smoke, but if the doctor says you should stop smoking, okay, that's a good idea. I probably should, but I won't because I'm an idiot. If the doctor says you had better stop smoking, now I know that it's more serious. Cool. So depending on who you're talking to, you might get in trouble. However, you could use it to somebody else and not get in trouble. If Dresser and I are sitting at a restaurant, we're having lunch, not now because of Corona, but if we're sitting at a restaurant and we're having lunch, and I know that she needs to be back at school or work or wherever in 15 minutes, and she's got 15 minutes to go, well, I could say to her, you had better go now. Or if I have to leave, I might say, I had better go now. She is not going to be angry at me, and I'm not going to be angry at her, but if she is late, her boss might be angry, and that will be a negative result for her. Or if I have to leave, and if I'm late, that would be bad for me. Cool? So it could be the person you're talking to, or it could be somebody else. So what is the title of this lesson? The title of this lesson is Day 8 of my live streaming class. Basically, it's the use of should as a modal verb and different ways that you can use it. Some different native speaker ways. Cool? Fantastic. Maybe you could write some examples in the comments if you wish, and that will be fantastic. Now, I will just ask you now, as we're halfway through-ish, do you have any questions? You can put them in the comments if you want. You can see that I was writing stuff here. There's a bit of a computer there. I'm actually in the spare bedroom and it's just a mess, but never mind. Let's have a look at Alexander's question. How can I use ought to in a question sentence? You wouldn't use it like you would should. So, whoops, bad spelling. Lucky can't see it on Instagram. Ought to in questions. All right, ought to in questions. Here goes. So, I know that's not ought to. I know it's should. Should I, not I, should we buy the car? Or something like that. Should we buy the car? Should we buy the car? All right. Could I change that? Ought we to buy the car? No. Ought we to buy the car? Don't say that. Well, you can, but you'll be wrong. Ought we to buy the car? No. Ought we go home? No. Ought we go to the cinema? No. Ought to at the beginning? No. But should at the beginning? Yes. However, as a question inside a question, you could say. Do you think we should buy the... You think we should buy the car? do you think we should buy the car? Or do you think we ought to buy the car? Good God, it's just awful writing, Paul. Do you think we ought to buy the car? Do you think we ought to go home now? Do you think I ought to stop? Maybe. I would use should. Maybe you could use ought to. I would use should. But there you go, Alex. Hopefully that answered your question. Sebastian. Hello. All right, there is more. There are more. My apologies. All right, let's see. Who knows if I can answer it? Hi, Paul. What's the difference between a question started with should and shouldn't? Well, if you start it with should, then if it's negative, you have to have the not somewhere else. If you start it with shouldn't, then you don't have to have the negative. I think that's what you mean. Natalia, sometimes I just use a short way. You should to. Can I say had better? All right, here goes. You should to and had better. Natalia says that, and I'm going to say no. So Natalia says you should to. Should I go for a run? Should I quit smoking? Yes, you should to. No, not to. If someone's asking, should I do something, then it's not I should or you should to. It's you should do. Should I go home? Should I go back to work now? Yeah, you should do. Yes, you should do. Should I quit smoking? Yeah, you should do. You should quit smoking, right? If you want to say that there might be a negative outcome if you don't do something, if you want to focus on that negative result, then you would say you had better. So if my daughter says, do I really have to pack away my toys? Yes, you do. Or I could say, you had better. Daddy, do I have to do my homework? You had better. Now, it doesn't sound very nice, but after being asked 6 or 7 times, I'm very impatient, and I might say that. So, Natalia, hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for your question. All right, how about be required to? Is this the same? It comes down to usage for be required to. So at the moment, the government requires us, or we are required to stay at home, practice social distancing, not go to crowded, don't crowd places, don't shake hands. So I could say, if I see 2 people and they're going to shake hands, I might say, hey, stop, you had better not shake each other's hands. You had better not, right? Or you should not. I could say that. But you are required. I could say, look at that, some hearts on Instagram. That's nice. I could say, you are required to not shake hands. That would be very, very awkward. You are required to stay home. I could say that. That works. So it comes down to usage, and really should, ought to, and had better. Those are the things that we can use interchangeably with a slight change in meaning for had better. And be required to is not part of that, but then sometimes it might be, if that makes sense. Could be more confusing. Thanks, and thanks. Anna Turanda on Instagram, Could I say I should better going to supermarket before Monday? All right, here goes. I'm going to write it down for those of you on YouTube. You are welcome, Susan Kim. Oh, where is it? Could I say I should better going to, thank you very much for your examples, to supermarket before Monday. I had better going to supermarket before Monday. And you can see that sentence there is kind of upside down. That might be nowhere near better. Sorry. English transformation. Oh, you could click the link in my profile. If you're on Instagram, click the link on my profile and come and watch this live. Well, you're already watching it live, but it would be better. So, I should better going to supermarket before Monday. All right, let's fix that. No is the short answer. You can't say that. Well, you can, but you'd be wrong. So, I should better. It's not I should better. I should better? No, it's not should better. It's had better. I had better. Or I should. I had better or I should, right? So let's have a look at that. You can put I had better, or I should. I had better or I should. And it's not going. It's not should going. It's not had better going. It's should go or had better go. So we'll take that out as well. I had better go, or I should go to supermarket. Well, how many supermarkets? The closest one to you. I had better go to the supermarket before Monday, or I should go to the supermarket before Monday. As clear as mud, I'm sure. So for the benefit of Anna, it's probably very, very upside down, but I did write it. Hopefully you can work that out. It's upside down and back to front. My apologies, but there you go. All right, cool. There you go. Now, let's have a look also. Look, use purple, why not? Daily, oh, let's not do that. Let's do these things. Do these things daily. Now, of course, you don't have to do all of them. You don't have to do any of them. But the more you do, the better you get. So, what I would suggest that you do daily is I would focus listening. Focus listening, where you hear a short sentence, you write down what you think you heard, and you check your sentence, and then you think, that's terrible, let me do that again. You listen again and write it again, and you listen again and write it again, and you check every time. Then you look at the correct answer, you copy it very, very carefully, and then you listen to what you copied. If you do this, your ear becomes English and you get trained on how the words go together. Because you guys often, you hear what native speakers say, but native speakers don't usually speak clearly because we join sounds together and we cut sounds, and it's just horrible. So what you hear, you repeat, but you get it a little bit wrong. So oftentimes you say things like, I like listening music. I like listening music. And of course, that's desperately wrong. It's I like listening to music. But we don't pronounce the two very clearly. Native speakers might say, I like listening to music. It's just a little bit of a sound. So native speakers know it's there, but you guys often don't, so you don't say it. Make sense? And then you make mistakes in your writing or your speaking or your listening or whatever in your IELTS test when you're trying to come to Australia. So if you practice this focused listening, like pay attention and do it right, then you get better at this sort of thing. Better at everything. Grammar, vocabulary, speaking, it doesn't matter. Everything. Focused listening is key. Now you can actually get an email series from me which will go through lots of things. It's 7 days, I believe, a free English course via email. I'm going to put the link in the description below this YouTube video and in Instagram in my profile. So check that out. You can go there and get that for free. It has a unit of my book. In fact, I'm going to give that to everybody. So if you go to, not now, if you go to, I don't know what you're going to do. If you would like a copy of my book, Focused Listening, then you just have to send me a message on Instagram and say free book. It's my gift to you during coronavirus problems. Just go to Instagram if you want. Send me a message, say, hey, free book. Thank you. That would be nice. Or even better, you had better send me a free book. That'd be fun. And then I will do that. Cool. So focus listening. I really think you should do that every day. It will make your English so much better. Then you should also practice noticing. You should practice noticing. Well, what's noticing? When you are reading something, hopefully you read for fun, not just to pass a test. If you read something, whether that's in the news or a novel or something like that, just write out a little paragraph. Just one paragraph. 2 or 3 sentences is fine. Choose a grammar point that you have studied recently. Let's say the other day we did subjects and verbs. That's a good one. So you might choose subjects. And then you're going to copy out the paragraph into your notebook. And all you do is look through this, trying to notice the grammar point that you have chosen. Whether that's every time you see a new subject or an article. Let's say the, because we use the a lot. You're just looking for the. Just scanning through your work, the. You get so good so quickly. Focus listening and noticing. If you do those 2 things properly every day, your English will get so much better. However, you do need to use your language. So, speak English. We might in there under brackets put use English. You might type it and that would be okay, but speak English. I think most of you are studying and trying to improve your English because you want to speak. Well, the only way you're really going to get better at speaking is to speak. It's not magic, and you can do that a lot of ways. Like there are programs you can use, courses you can join. I don't belong to any of them, but they are there where you pay to speak with native speakers. as much as you don't need to pay just for a conversation, that would be nice. But you've got to try and speak if you want to. If you don't want to, then I don't know why you're here. But if you do want to improve your spoken language, you're going to have to speak a lot. You can do that here sometimes on YouTube. You can Skype in. We can have a chat. You can ask me some questions, and that would be totally fine when you've got a little bit of confidence. I did have a Facebook group where people would, when I asked a question every day, and the people in there made videos responding to that question and to each other's questions, and there was lots of confidence growing in that group. That was very, very cool. One of the best things I've done. But you've got to speak. So focus listening, noticing. You've got to speak English. Speak English. And then the last one, for now, which I'm going to do another video on by itself. If you were to do this, let's go make that a little bit smaller still. Let's see if I can do this. I will be able to do it, bear with me. Noun, person. Noun, thing. Verb. Adverb. Adjective. Synonym. Antonym. I need a bigger iPad. So, if you were to do this, this is word transformation. Word transformation. Where you want to learn words this way. You don't want to learn lots of individual words. You might want to do that, but I don't suggest you do. I suggest when you learn a new word, you know the pronunciation, the words it is friends with, the collocation, because that's important for IELTS and just better English, which prepositions it's friends with, all those sorts of things. So let's give you a super simple example. If I was to use the word happy, that is, I'm going to put it in black. Happy is an adjective, right? And I might put unhappy, of course. So happy is an adjective. Fine. Everybody knows that. Well, is there an adverb of happy? So I'm going to look for the adverb. We'll move this quickly so you can see I'm actually doing something. There you go. All upside down. My apologies. But you are there. So an adverb of happy, of course, is happily. Now, I know you probably know this. It's an easy example just so you understand. Is there a verb of, can I happy somebody? No. No, I can't. So, no. Is there a noun thing? Yes. Happiness. Is there a noun person? One guy said clown. No, clowns. Clown is not the noun person of happy. In fact, they're terrifying. So there's not a noun person of happy. But now we've got these different words. And this is going to be good for you because you will speak in different ways and write in different ways. Then, of course, we've got synonyms. I put sin. Let's try and make that a bit better, Paul. Synonyms. Words which mean the same thing, right? Now, if I took happy, for example, I might put the adjective and then put, I might say pleased. I might say content. Maybe. If I'm in Australia, I am in Australia, I might say stoked if I was a surfer, which I am not. And then an antonym, Let's make that a little bit better. An antonym is the word meaning the opposite. Now, oh, look at that, a thumbs up. Fantastic. Of course, an antonym is the opposite. Now, I already put for the adjective unhappy, so don't say unhappy. Everyone's going to say sad. Ooh, boring, but okay, if that's what you've got. A preposition, which means unhappy, might be down. A colour, which means unhappy, is blue. Cool? Just for a couple of examples. Excuse me. So if you do this, you get a much wider vocabulary. Now, you can ask Siri, what's a synonym of happy, or whichever word you've got. You need to make sure that you indicate the words you are transforming. So you don't put content instead of happiness. You put contentedness or something. And this works for every word you do. You can find the verb or the noun or the adverb, the adjective of that. It's going to improve your language a lot. A lot. Then underneath there, on this little line here, it would be C for collocation. So we're going to put some collocation in there. I'm going to put it in green. Now these are the words that go together. Collocation is huge. We use it all the time. It will help you get a better score in any test that you do. It will be part of the reading and the listening tests. In speaking, if you do it, fantastic. In the writing, if you use good collocation, it's only going to help you. So, in this case, I might say in search of. In search of happiness. I could say that. For happily, I might say married. For unhappily, I might say married as well. For happy, I might say the happy couple. I could say that, for example. Cool. So focus listening, noticing all the time. Speaking English, of course. I know that that's an obvious one. Well, you should speak English. But you really should. You've got to try and... if it's important to you. If it's not important to you, well, then don't worry about it. But if it is, if you want to move to another country, if you want to study, or if you want to be the best, or even just better, then you've got to try and speak. And you can do that by finding groups where that might happen. Who knows? You've got to be resourceful, I suppose, and try. Every time you get an opportunity, if somebody comes and you have the opportunity to speak English, you should take it, really. Cool. All right. That is that. There is a lot more, of course, but let's see. I'm going to go and see if I can grab my children because they're going to want to say hello and do something on this iPad. I'm going to do that now. I'll be very quick. You have this time now to either write an example sentence or ask me any question you want, whether it's about what I just talked about or a grammar point or vocab, how old I am, whatever. It doesn't matter. Cool. So, question time now, or bedtime, I don't know. I'll be back. Cool. Hey, monkeys. You want to come here now? Hello, I'm back. All right, with 2 monkeys. Come here. Your legs, swing your legs under there. All right, swing your legs over there. All right, you stay there. Lily, can you close the door, please, sweetheart? All right.
Did you say hello to the pizza?
Can you close the door properly, please, sweetheart? Good girl. All right.
Can I sit on this?
You can sit on there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. He died. All right. Let's go down there. Sorry, darling.
Why are you on the phone?
Because that's Instagram. Say hello to Instagram.
Oh, hi.
What is alrighty?
Hi.
It just means okay. All right. Alrighty. Just okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's continue. All right. Sorry. All right. If you've just joined us, thank you. You've missed pretty much everything, but you can go back and enjoy it at your leisure. So, as I said, if you have any questions, please ask. What was that? Did I miss a question? Oh, no, I didn't miss a question. Suzanne Kim, thank you so much
Why was
for
there a
your
picture
input.
of a bread and coffee?
A picture of a bread and coffee? Oh, that's her profile picture. All right, let's play a quick hangman. I'm going to do it first, then you can draw a picture and the people at home can guess what it is, shall we? Yeah? All right. Are you enjoying your toast, Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So, this is my word. You can... Instagram, you can't guess at the moment because you can't see, but I'm playing hangman. It's how we learn some vocabulary. There we go. It's a 5-letter word.
Is there an A?
Is there an A? Yes, there is an A.
I put the butter on and got the toast out all by myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, is there a T?
Is there a T?
Yes,
Yes, there's a T.
Is it toast?
Is it toast? Yes, it is, because Daddy's super
Lily
boring.
has toast.
And my daughter has toast. So there you go. All right.
Oh my God.
Your go? All right, it's May's go. Fantastic.
What should I do now?
Thank you again for being here.
Why?
I'm going to be here every day. These two might be here.
Then go, Daddy.
What? Next week,
Daddy.
it's probably tomorrow, I'll be starting to do this. Just a second, babe. I'll be starting to do this in the morning and grammar class only from beginning to end. The grammar that you probably haven't seen in this way, at least not completely. So you can learn all of that. And I'll be doing a 10-hour, not in one video, a 10-hour IELTS how-to. So everything that you need to know, some things that you will not see at IELTS schools, I'm pretty sure. So look out for that. All right, hang on, mate. How many letters is it?
A lot.
Oh, it's like playing Twister.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, is there an... Oh, yes, sorry.
If I'm still eating and we finish my question, can you wait for me?
Sure. Is there an A, mate? A. Let's do the vowels first, Lil. You know vowels?
I only know I don't know which ones are the vowels.
Okay, A, E, I, O, and U. So, mate, is there an A?
There's no A.
All right.
U?
Is there a U?
Yes, you're correct.
E.
I.
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 O.
I. I, yes and no.
What word's that? What word is this? Something U, something. B. What's that? U?
Yeah.
Rumbo.
T.
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 Is there a T?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a W? N.
M.
N. There's an N, no N.
N.
No N.
Oh no, it's not looking very good. If you know at home on YouTube, because you can see this, please do it. R.
Oh, I've got to say.
Oh, well, we're both clever, aren't we?
No, there's no R.
No R. All right, S. May-chan.
Y.
Y.
Mm-mm.
N. No, you did N. K.
No.
C.
C.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it. Got it.
What
Got
is
it.
it then?
Lunchbox. Oh, clever, mate. Clever. Lunchbox. All right, well done, mate. I thought I was going to lose, but Daddy is smart and Daddy
No,
won.
you're not.
No, I'm not. No chocolate for you.
Yes, chocolate for me.
All right. No
Whoever
questions?
wins the race when we go for the walk gets
Jennifer
some
Caro,
chocolate.
I really should practice English. Yes, you should. If you need to and you want to, you probably should. The sooner you do it, the better you will become and the happier you will be.
Daddy.
Right? I've been planning to go live on YouTube or make YouTube videos and teach like this for a very, very long time. And I never did. And I always said I should do that, but I didn't. And now I am. And, you know, it just doesn't matter. Just do it.
Daddy. Whoever wins the race, second or first gets some chocolate that
Instagram,
time.
you're going to have to send me a message because I'm going to lose these comments. So go and send me a message on my profile. Just send me a message, give us the book, and I will. Otherwise, I'm going to lose these messages. I'll try my best. But I forgot to look at the comments. Yes, sweetheart.
Whoever wins first or second from the race when we go for a walk, gets chocolate when we get home.
That's right. Let's quickly answer this question on Instagram. How long time do you recommend study English every day? How quickly do you want to get better? The more you do every day properly, the better you will be, I guess. But even if you do a little bit every day, it's going to help you. But it's going to take a long time to be fluent. So yes, do a little bit every day, but understand that you're not going to get better overnight. So
It doesn't taste good.
there. This is part animal.
Hey.
So you have to understand that when you are studying, you want to do it, you want to be quick, so do it every day. But you need to be patient and wait a long time. So speed and patience. Do it quickly, decide to do it, and do it. But wait. Cool? Hopefully that answers your question. Beautiful princess, yes they are. How can I improve my listening? Fernando Gonzalez, focused listening. So send me a message and I'll send you a copy of the book. You will love it.
Daddy, can I go?
Can you do something? All right. Can you jump over there, sweetheart? Thank you. All right, you're going to draw something. Oh, you can come around the back, mate. All right, Lily is going to draw something and you are going to guess what it is. And I'm going to guess what it is. All right, babe?
And I'm going to guess
And
what it
May's
is.
going to guess as well. All right. Are you going to draw an animal or food, Lily?
Animal.
All right, Lily is going to draw an animal. Bear in mind that she is 5. So we'll see how we go. Don't you guess first, mate.
Mm. Is that the actual colour of the animal?
No, let's want to do it.
Okay,
Oh.
all right. Could be a disaster. Who knows? Ice cream.
That looks like a carrot. Oh, I know. The.
All right. You can guess what this is if you have the
it a
vocabulary to
fish?
guess it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's
Instagram is going to disappear in
it's
about 30 seconds, so don't forget to go and message me.
Dun dun dun.
Let's go here. We'll quickly try and take some pictures.
Picture.
Now, what a beautiful view you have of my face.
No, and my face.
We've only managed to take a couple of pictures of free book. Al-Rabi, it's going to be tomorrow.
I can't see. I
All right, 10 seconds left.
Lily, it's my thing. Lily, I guessed it. It's a fish.
Did you guess?
Oh yeah, she guessed as well.
Who said fish? Natalia Bueno. I don't have more books to give you, Natalia. That's a very, very terrifying fish, Lily. But it's very, very cute with its rainbow hair. All right. Arms. All right, so we're going to do arms. Again, thank you so much for joining your man. Mum. No, it's not. It's not their mum. Is that mummy? No, it's a fish. Her mummy is not a fish. Is it a mermaid or just a fish? It's just a fish. It's just a fish.
Purple when I look in there.
It does, doesn't it?
But
All right,
it is
Lily.
purple.
Lily.
That's why.
We'll keep that. We'll keep that. Guys, thank you very much again for joining, for being part of it, for your comments and your questions, and your time putting up with my lovely children. We will see you tomorrow at the same time for a bit more, and I will send you messages, hopefully, about the grammar class and the IELTS class. You will know very soon when that is. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to wash your hands all the time and stay safe. Bye-bye. Maytan, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Lily, bye-bye. Yes, darling.
How wobbly the teeth.
How wobbly your tooth is?
Ah, it's very wobbly. Okay, bye.